Tops SXB. Stick around. All right, guys, welcome back to Three Rivers Survival. If you have been watching the channel, you know that I had some time out in the field. Luckily, I was able to use a friend's house or friend's property and get out into the woods for a little bit. I was doing some hunting, so during my hunting season, what I like to do is test some blades. There is quite a bit of downtime, specifically if you don't get an animal, that you can hang around the campfire and start messing around with these awesome knives. Now, I have been a huge fan of Tops knives for some time. You guys know that I do a lot of hunting and a lot of field work. I am not a bushcrafter. If I need to use something like this, it's probably in a dire situation. So I want to be completely honest with you. Something like this, although super cool, I probably would not be carrying unless I knew I was going to go into a very crappy scenario where I might need one of these things. All right, the gentleman that created this was, LJ Snyder. Is a veteran of the United States Army, and he designed this and also went on the show Naked and Afraid. I think he won a couple times, that kind of thing, and he designed this. All right, his idea behind it was that was strong enough, and Tops was kind enough to make sure that this one didn't break, such as his first one did. I'm not going to read all the specs off to you. I will put the links down below if you guys are interested in this. They typically, right now, when they're available, run under the $300 mark. Tops is going to have it on its website for full retail price. You decide where you want to purchase it. I not only have one that is the most common one, which is going to be in that full black traction coating. I also have the one in camo. All right, the one in camo is going to be more of a collector's version. I just like the way it looked. It did cost a little bit more money because it is in camouflage. So this is the one that I'm going to beat up. You're going to watch on this video. This is the one that I'm going to keep. All right, guys, so as you watch on the video, I'm going to do a little bit of batoning. The batoning aspect of it was fine. Again, this is just a big chopping blade. They do say you can use a little bit for fine work. I think you can do a little bit of push cuts. So while I was chopping, I did baton quite a bit, and you'll see that I fought with a pretty big log. It had a bunch of knots, and I was twisting it around, beating it up, trying to get this thing out of it. Probably not something I would do during a survival situation, but if I had to get firewood and process wood, you definitely can do it, and this thing took a lot of abuse. A lot of people say the sawtooth on top will eat up your baton, and it absolutely does. But again, as you see on the video, I was beating the hell out of it. All right, it does have this little hook right here, which I thought was kind of neat, and that was supposed to help you do some drag cuts. You could also use this as a plane or a draw knife. So you can use this as a draw knife, and you can get some wood or tinder that way. All right. It does have quite a bit of. It does have latching points on here, and again, this is a very stout knife. It does have the traction coating on it. All of them do come with the traction coating, so I'm a big fan of that. Bow drill divot on each side, and very stout knife. I did find it very comfortable to chop with, to cut with. It wasn't a big deal. I will say the notch on top is semi-useful. Again, I'm not out there doing bushcraft class. I'm not doing that. So it did work to make notches, and you'll see that in the video. I made sure that I tested that out. But ideally for me, what I'm going to do in the woods is I'm going to use this thing to try to make some shelter, not just cut logs and split up logs around the campfire. All right, let's talk a little bit about the sheath. The sheath itself is that ballistic nylon. It does have 2 strips of MOLLE webbing, so if you wanted to latch it onto your pack, I highly recommend that you do so. Again, you could put it on your belt if you like, but this is a very big, heavy knife. It does have the button snaps on there as well as the Velcro, which is nice, and it does have a bunch of latching points, 2 holes up here and then 2 holes at the bottom. The pocket itself is sufficient if you wanted to put some type of survival kit or a sharpening stone in there. All of them will come with a Tops whistle, the blue card, and some paracord. Okay. The thing you need to realize is that this thing is not reversible. I think what you have to do is take the insert out if you want to flip the knife around. So if you wanted to flip the knife around, you can't do it the first time around. You'd have to pull the insert out, flip the insert out around. So it is only one way capable. Again, if that's important to you, maybe you only want to wear it on your right side or left side draw. It does have a skull crusher, or what I would like to call a walnut breaker on the back end, crate breaker, that kind of thing. I didn't get a chance to test it, but I'm pretty sure it would work. I would not use that as a pry bar, since the back end of this is the sharp end, and you would have to kind of hold on to it to make that happen. But any type of breaking rocks, that kind of thing, will definitely work. So overall, guys, it did maintain its edge, even though I beat the crap out of this knife. I think it's a fantastic knife for what its purpose meant for, is survival. So this is a great survival knife. It's long enough, it's heavy enough, you can get your chopping done. It does have a little bit of features that will be useful to you. It does have those lanyard points. Again, if you want to, I would never tie this up as a spear, but you could if you wanted to. But the lanyard points are just to make sure that this thing don't fly out of your hand. Overall, I highly recommend this knife. I'll put the links down below if you guys are interested. What I need you guys to do for me, though, is to like, subscribe, share, add some comments down below if you have one of these. Let me know how you feel about it. And if you like videos like this, please become a Patreon member. Just go, only cost you $1 a month. Go to patreon.com. You get to watch videos like this sooner than everybody else. Also, if you pick this up from Amazon, I am an Amazon affiliate, and what that'll help you do is to purchase this and throw 2 cents back to the channel, so I appreciate that. If you are looking for a handmade custom knife, please go to threeriverblades.com. Check out all the knives I have up there. Also, if you want a discount on those knives, you have to go all the way down to the bottom, put your first name, last name, and email account. Thank you very much, guys, and as always, please stay safe.